load these things now, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Tonight, what we're going to talk about, I'm going to try to make sure that I have a good topic every night. I don't want to just ramble. I want to make sure it's something worthy. I want to bring y'all some news and information. But tonight's going to be talking about time management. I think that's one thing that we struggle with the most as we do this stuff. But go ahead and get a couple of shout outs out of the way. I know it's early in the month, so there's not as many as normal. But Kim is at SC2 officially. She's at SC2. I know she's got a few right around the corner that she's trying to close out. Sam is at SC4. And I normally don't do this, but Melanie is encouraging me to do this. She said that, and I see it in her personal group, she posts and lets them know what she's at, which is usually like 900. But so I'll let y'all know where I'm at. Right now I'm at SC5. So I usually try to hit 5 by the 5th, but I hit 5 by the 6th this month. So anyway, so a couple of things that I want to go over, real quick is, and I know this won't relate, Zach, with you and Super Saturday and all, but the Super Saturday, really if you go to one or us hosting one, make sure that you pump that thing up, blow it up, start talking about it. I'm going to start posting about it a lot now. Build it up because we want it to be big, and we want it to be the way that I'm looking at it. Even if I only bring one potential coach there, you want to invite a lot of people, but even if I only bring one potential coach, there's going to be a lot of coaches coming into this thing. And so the bigger it looks, the more people are going to be attracted to it, and the more opportunity and likelihood they are to come to it. So make sure that you're posting about that. You're encouraging people to bring guests. So like I had this lady message me the other day that wanted to come to it, and she's looking at signing with another coach, and that's fine. I told her to bring that other coach with her. It's a male coach. So I told her to bring that other coach with her. I thought that'd be cool. Summit is right around the corner, July 16th. And Melanie's talking about having a Thursday morning Dream Team training just for the Dream Team. So she's going to have more information about that coming, but know that there will be some training. And she said it's just going to be just a powerhouse kickoff to the whole event at Summit. But it's going to be specifically geared, towards the Dream Team. One other thing to make sure that y'all look at on May 2nd, if you've seen it, I posted it in our team page, but Melanie had it in the Dream Team too. There's a May 2nd social media training that's I think it's going to be about 3 or 4 hours long. It's supposed to be really, really, really amazing. I think it's like $25. I think it's what it was, but they're going to have it live, but also you can get online and do that. So make sure that y'all look at those things, because those things are going to be great. They're going to be worth your time. And something else to be thinking about, Melanie talked about, they do this for the Diamonds. They do a call every Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock. And, of course, I don't get to listen to it live, but I go back and listen to it. And she was talking about people next week, not this week, but the following week, all the coaches that will be going to Cancun and stuff. And she said, don't get discouraged or despair if you're not going, because she said what she's seen the first time is it really drove her. She said she's seen pictures and she's seen people there and all this different stuff, and it really pushed her even more to see the opportunity that there is to be able to go on those free trips and to be able to see what Beachbody does for you on those trips and the way that they take care of you and the way that they provide for you. And it's not just one free trip. I know they have something new now that once you hit 2-star, you get to go out to Vegas, and they have training just for the new 2-star coaches, not for the ones that are elite and all that different stuff, but they do a lot of one-on-one training for 3 days. So there's a lot of opportunity there. And the way that I've seen this company work since I've been doing this almost 2 years is they take care of everybody, but they really, really, really take care of the people that are building a business. The ones that are, 2-star and above is really when you start seeing a lot of, I guess you would say, blessings and benefits and things like that. As a diamond coach, you get paid a little more with your volume and things like that. But when you start hitting 2-star and above, you go to Summit, you get a lot of opportunity. You get recognition on stage and things like that. So, I really hope when y'all start looking next week and you see those pictures of people that's going to Cancun and stuff, I hope that puts a little bit of extra pump and a little bit extra, into you to make you want to get there, because it's free and it's fun and you get to do Beachbody stuff all week and have training and all. So we're going to move on with that. Sam, I know you wasn't on here, but I gave you a little shout out for your SC4. And also, Sam hit Success Club for his first 3 months in the business, and he gets a call with Carl Daikeler. So I'm sure he's going to come back and lead a call. I can't see his face. So I don't know if he's smiling or not. But come back and lead a call and teach us what he learned from Carl. I'm just kidding, Sam. You don't have to do that. What's up, Beth? So you're just in time. We're going to talk about time management tonight. How many of y'all are really good at time management? Yeah, Sam's smiling. See, it'd be good for you, Sam. Be the leader, good leadership thing. How many of y'all are great at time management? Every week you have a great plan and you have it laid out and you know what you're doing. Anybody? How many of y'all suck at time management? Okay, that's good, because I know y'all do it, because I do. And it's, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack, right? So, I don't know, but I'm better at it. I've been better at the last 3 months than I have been, or probably last 4 months. But here's the reality of this. This business really is for anybody and everybody. But you can get lucky. You can get lucky with this business. You really can. You could sign a few rock star coaches and get lucky with this business. But the reality of it is, you're not most likely not going to get lucky with this business. The reality of it is you have to build a business. And so here's the reality of it. A lot of us don't treat it like the business that it really is. So what does Chick-fil-A do? What day of the week is Chick-fil-A always closed on? Anybody? I can read lips. Sunday. Very good. Sunday. They're always closed, and they always have their business hours. When you go to Chick-fil-A, I love Chick-fil-A, by the way. But anyway, and I got a salad there again the other night. That's right. I'm proud of myself. But anyway, so Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A has business hours, and Chick-fil-A is closed on Sunday, and they're still successful even though they have business hours and they're closed on Sunday, right? So they have time for their family, but also they have set business hours when they're open. This is the thing that a lot of us, that we mess up at. Autumn, glad you on. We're just getting started with time management. So we're talking about, time management, Chick-fil-A, and having set business hours and things like that. So this is where a lot of us mess up at. We randomly go throughout the week and try to run our business instead of having set business hours. Now, what does set business hours mean? First of all, it means that you can't float from day to day and hope that you get it done. Set business hours and a set plan gives you direction. Now, let's just be honest. Let's lay it on the table. We're going to testify tonight, and I want y'all to think about this and be honest. How many of y'all in this business, y'all kind of float week to week? Okay? Yeah, that's just the reality. Most of us, and I did for 14 or 15 months, I floated from week to week. And I was like, okay, I know I want to get SC5, and I like to sign some coaches. Does that sound familiar? That's what we all do. And but I'm going to make some posts here and there, and I'm going to post my workouts, and, I might write a blog post. You can't do that. Because you can do it and you can get by, because I did. So I've proven that you can do it, but you kind of get lucky at that. And then sometimes you don't get so lucky at it. So you kind of like a short order cook. What does a short order cook do? They're always just like, okay, what do you got? What do you got coming in? And it's just always, okay, I got the kids over here, and I got to run my challenge group. Oh, I got to make a post. Oh yeah, I got my husband, my wife. I got, and you're always all over the place. And what happens with this? You get burnt out. You get burnt out. Because you feel like you're spread everywhere looking around, and all of a sudden, you feel like you hadn't done a good job on your regular job. You feel like you've taken away too much time from your family. You feel like, you're not focused. This just ain't for me. How can I be successful at this? I'm just going to be average. I can't have any dreams and goals. I'm never going to do anything with this business, and you want to quit. And everybody gets burnt out at certain times, but I'm telling you ways tonight with your time management, ways that you can help you not to get burnt out. So all of this, boils down to you having a plan. If you don't have a plan for success with this business, most likely you're going to quit at it. Because one, it's going to take you a lot longer than it normally should. Now, you don't build this business overnight and you don't get to diamond in 30 days. Everybody don't do that. You know, when I went to Summit, there was a lady that had been a Beachbody coach for 5 years, I think, and she was 3-star, and she'd been a Beachbody coach for 5 years, and I asked her, did she regret it? And she said she never has. She said she loved it, you know, and she was sitting up close to the front. The higher up you get, the closer up to the front you get, just the way it works. But she was glad that she did it. She loved it. But you've got to have a plan. It all boils down to time management. So every week, I'm going to tell you what I do, okay? Every week, and it's usually it's 99.9% of the time it's on Sunday. I write down, and I'm a notebook person, okay? I meant to bring my notebook in here, but I'm a notebook person. So I write down in my notebook my plan for the week. You know, you can do it on a whiteboard. Melanie showed us on a whiteboard what she has a plan for the week, and she writes down, you know, whatever her plan is for the week, whatever her goals is for the week. She accumulates all that together. So this is step-by-step kind of how I do it, and I wrote it out, and it's the same way that really Melanie does it. So write out all that you want to accomplish for that week, and all this is based on your goals, and it's for Beachbody, okay? We're going to say it's for Beachbody right now. And then prioritize your list. What's important, okay? So make sure that you do that. So you can start with like a challenge group. I got to do blog posts. I got to do coach opportunity posts, free group, or whatever it is. And then that way you have a plan that you can do, you can work from your list. But at least it's things that you know that you need to do. But, you know, for example, this would be a priority. If I was a diamond coach, you know, and I'm about to lose rank because I got 2 or 3 coaches that are going inactive, you know, I use Google Docs to plan my week. Yeah, that's perfect. That's what Melanie uses. She uses Google Docs to plan her week. So maybe you can tell us about that. You know, one night we can do a little call and you can teach. That would be great because I'd love to learn about that. But let's say you're about to lose rank. You know, you're down and you're about to lose rank. For me, that week, and one time I did about about 2 times I about lost rank. So my priority was to recruit some new coaches. You know, that had to take priority over a free clean eating group or something that I was running. But this is the thing, when you're writing down your goals for that week, you have to be realistic about your goals. So think about this. If you said, I want to be a top 10 coach, I want to be an elite coach within 3 years, and I'm going to do 1 power hour every day. You're not going to do that. There's no way that you're going to do that. You have to be realistic about your goals and things like that. And that's all right. If you've only got 1 hour a day, that's all right. But be realistic about your goals too, so that you don't, you know, if you're only a diamond coach after a year or you're only a whatever after a year, it's all right. But realize the time that you have versus the goals that you have, and you have to make an adjustment with those 2 things. Now, if you really want to be that elite coach, you really want to be a 5-star coach or whatever, then you start to have to sacrifice some sleep. Or like Melanie told us, she said when she was doing this the first 3 years, she did sacrifice a little bit more family time than she wanted to, but she also felt like it was going to be worth it. And now looking back, it was well worth it. She's got a lot more family time. She's got a lot more financial time. But she also said that was a decision that she had to make, and a decision that you have to make on your own. You know, for me, I'll sacrifice sleep over family time. That's just me. You know, you have to figure out for you what it is. So your goals have to be realistic, but you have to have balance, you know, or be willing to be unbalanced for a period of time. And that's what I'm talking about with, you know, maybe you get a little less sleep. Maybe you get a little less family time. Maybe you get a little less whatever time. I'm just giving you examples. You have to figure that out. You have to know what that balance is. But sometimes you have to sacrifice those things. You have to get uncomfortable sometimes with your schedule or whatever it may be in order to reach your goals. But don't get so far out of whack. Don't get so far uncomfortable that you want to quit, that it drives you crazy, that it makes you a bad mom or a bad dad or a bad, you know, boyfriend or a bad whatever it may be, or girlfriend, whatever, you know. You don't want to be bad at any of that stuff. So don't get so far out of whack. So once you start doing your time management and you've got those goals written down, this is what you need to do. This is what I do. Get out your calendar. Get your calendar out and write in the non-negotiables. I don't even know if I said that right. The things that you cannot give up, right? What are the things that are non-negotiable? How do you say that word? I don't even know how to say it. The things that you've got to do, right? For me, I'm going to my boys' baseball games. It's going to happen. I'm going to go to work 7 to 3 every day. It's going to happen. If you've got a doctor's appointment, if you've got spouse time, a date night, whatever it may be, whatever those things are, put that on your calendar. Write that down. Those are things that are non-negotiable, whatever you say that word. I have to get Beth to say it for me. But anyway, so those are the things that you got to have, right? I'm trying to think what else I wrote on here. Personal time, right? Your workout time is a whatever that word is. You've got to have your workout. How can you be a product of the product, and how can you be your very best if you skip out on your workout to go work on your Beachbody business? Those are things that's got to be scheduled in and then wrote down. So once you've got all those things wrote down for your week, then you go write down your Beachbody time. When are you going to work? You have to schedule that. You have to schedule that. What do you have to do? You have to schedule your Beachbody time. It's a business. You have to put hours in there. Now, can that change week to week? Yes. Yes, that can change week to week. It can change day to day, but if you make business hours, it really should not change that much day to day. Mine is 4 a.m. in the morning. That's the best time for me. And then my longer window of time is every Wednesday evening. Unless the boys have a baseball game that week, I have about a 3-hour window that I can really get some work in. But usually mine is 4 a.m. Then I'll have, a 30-minute window in the afternoon. Then I'll have like a 45-minute window in the evening. That's usually how my week plans out. But if I don't plan my business hours, then I'm not going to run much of a business. You have to do those things. So when you plan those things, do not, Melanie hit us hard with this right here. And for ladies, for me, I'm not going to do this. But she said, when you plan that business hour, don't start folding clothes and start dusting and start doing it. And I'm not going to do that. I mean, I just don't feel the urge when I'm just oh my gosh, I need to go dust. That's just not me. But I could see me saying, God, I need to go work on that outlet, or I need to go rewire that light, or I need to go. When you've got your business hours planned, you do nothing else. That's just what you do. You make sure that you stay focused on that. What you do during that time is all about your business. Think about your business first. And here's the thing, too, that Melanie said that hit us is, and she said this, and she said, I don't mean this to be self-centered, but when you're doing your business hours, she said, think about your business first and then your team. This is what she told us this week. See, this is my, and she said, it's so easy to think about your team first. She said, but here's the reality of it all. She said, your whole entire team may not even be with you next year. She said, so if you focus all your time just on your team and not recruiting other coaches, not building, getting challengers and getting people into challenge groups and things like that. The only thing that you're doing is focusing on your coaches. She said, what happens if they all quit? What happens then? Then you have nothing. And I've had that happen, and that's part of it. Katie Ersta had that happen. She was 5-star qualifying, and I think she lost all 5 of her diamonds. They all quit on her. Now she's only 9-star now, So anyway, but you have to make sure that you have a good balance of taking care of your coaches, but also taking care of your business. So that's tonight. I know that ain't but 22 minutes, but I didn't want to fill this. I didn't want to fill this hour just to fill it. I got to thinking this week, because here's my problem, not my problem, but it's just my reality. I think about all the time, how can I make y'all better coaches? And Kim said that today. I know she watched that video from Katie, and Katie shared some tough love, I think, because some of her diamond coaches dropped rank, and she was talking about how committed she is to her coaches, and she's pouring time into them, and she expects that same commitment back. But see, I look at it, to me, I know, y'all been around long enough. I guess Sam's probably been on the team, or Sam has been on the team the shortest amount of time. And I think all the time, I'm like, how can I help Tiffany get there? How can I help Zach get there, or Beth get there, or Fran, or Autumn, or, Rhonda, or Jared? How can I help them get there? And it's not because, if I get 70 y'all to diamond, then I'm a 7-star diamond. That's not what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking, you know what? Tiffany can quit that, she could quit those jobs if she wants to. Sam could actually, he could take those trips if he wants to. Fran could go and retire early. Zach could go and, he actually do this health thing that he's been wanting to do, health and fitness thing that he's been wanting to do even before he met me. I think Kim and all that market crap that she has to put up with all the time and people coming in town. I mean, I could go, each one of y'all could go to something and think about why I want you to do this. And I was thinking about this week, and it truly comes back to this, that if you don't set your business and have business hours and have a plan every week and don't write it down and schedule it, you're going to randomly just go from week to week, hoping that you get an SC point, hoping that you change a life, hoping that you get a new coach, and then you're going to fail and fall flat. Then you're going to want to quit. Then you're going to look and say, what's going on? Why am I doing so terrible at this? Well, it's because you're not setting yourself up for success. And I got lucky for a long time just going from week to week to week and not really having a plan of success for every week. You've got to write that down. You've got to have business hours. You've got to have goals, and you've got to stick to it. And if something changes, which it will, but it should be random. It shouldn't be changing all the time. I promise you this. If you find that every day your business hours are changing, you didn't do a good job of planning your business hours, or you're not that committed to it. I mean, it's just the reality of it. You know, if you say you're going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and you're going to have business hours from 4 to 5 and you sleep in every morning and you don't do it, you know what? It's not that important to you. I mean, that's just the way I have to think for me. That's my business hours, you know, whatever your business hours are. Now, do kids get sick? Yes. But Zach, those are not your kids, so you don't have to worry about those kids. I'm just kidding. Zach, one day you'll have kids. But I was looking at Beth's kids. Yeah, you have a power hour. Kids get sick. Things happen. Life happens. But your kids ain't going to get sick every day. You know, you should have those business hours if you want to be successful at this. And Kim is doing something that I think is great. She's going back through the training because there's a lot of new training things in there and training tools in there. So we're actually going to be learning some new things to help bring y'all along. But I'll say this, part of that power hour too has to be showing up and learning and plugging into whatever group that you're in. And I'm more concerned, honestly, about you plugging into the 3 Vital Behaviors group than I am you plugging into the challenge group. Now, I want you to do both if you can, but Sam was talking about today, me and him messaged back and forth a little bit, and I'm going to try my best to set up a call with everybody tomorrow that wants to have a call, because today just didn't work out. But Sam was talking about some things that he's going to start doing more of and backing off on a couple of things. You know, you've got to find that balance for you. Zach and Sarah starting to do a blog, you know, starting to do their like page and stuff like that. Schedule that. Use that as part of your business. Dude, that's awesome. I think that's freaking awesome. You're building a foundation for years down the road. You know, that's great. But you've got to figure out that balance for you. Whatever's best for you and your business. Find that balance. Balance it with your family, and then make it happen. Okay. I'm done rambling. Questions? Any questions? How many of y'all, and you can raise your hand, or you can say through the chat message or something. How many of y'all think that it's very important that you set business hours and have a plan and a goal every week? I'm telling you. I'm just going to tell you this. I do. Sam, we're not getting married. You don't have to say I do. I'm just kidding. Autumn raised her hand. I was just messing with you. So here, I'm just telling you this right here. It's been crazy the last several months that people are just, I can see, and I'm not even there yet. I'm so far from being there yet. But I don't even work hard right now. And I know there'll be a time again, but I don't work hard right now I don't feel like to get SC5. In the last 6 or 7 months, it's all those seeds and that consistency of people just coming to me. I think tomorrow, by the end of the day tomorrow, I'll be at SC9, if not SC11. I may not be, but I'm 90% sure I'll be at SC9 by the end of the day tomorrow. But it's been that consistency over all these months, you know. So if I'm not worried about getting my SC points as much, then what can I start doing even more of? Recruiting coaches, helping build, you know, helping work on my blog or my like page or whatever it may be. What Melanie and them say is so true. If you'll just show up in the groups, if you'll just learn, if you'll build that solid foundation, down the road, it'll come. I'm just telling you, it'll come. It won't be as hard to work. But if you're not consistent, if you're not having that power hour, if you're not building your business hours and having a goal and a plan, it's going to always be a struggle, and you'll eventually quit. It's the reality of it. It's the reality of it. So take the things that you're taught to do. Take the things that especially, and I'm not saying for me, but especially for Melanie, take the things that you're taught to do for Melanie, especially in these groups, and apply it and see what happens. Questions? Any questions? Kim, you look tired. I mean, you look nice, but you look tired. Just say it. Maybe it's that hair. I mean, if I had my hat off, I'd be like, I'm tired. No questions. Okay. Did this call help?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I honestly, I want good feedback. If I get off a call at the end of the night and you say, God, that sucked. Now, do not ever talk about that subject again. I want to know that kind of stuff. I don't want to waste y'all's time, and I don't want to keep y'all an hour just to keep you, because I do know y'all's time is important. Okay. No questions. So what I would like to see as we go into next week is at some point, I would like to see your plan for the week. I'd like to see it, not in detail, but I would just like to see, my power hour or my power 2 hour or my power, just for the week. I'd like to see that plan laid out for that week for 7 days. Just see. And you don't have to write in there during that hour or during that whatever. Well, I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'm going to drink water and I don't care about all the details. I would just like to know, when are you going to work your business? And you can do that in the next day or two. Just give me a rough guesstimate. But I'd like to know when you're working your business. Not for me, but I think it'll push you to be accountable to do it, because I know what happens. Everybody has the right mindset and they get off the call and they never do it. I want to push you to be your best. I really do. Y'all are here for a reason. You're here to change lives, but you're also here because you got dreams and goals of your own. So in the next week or two, not next week or two, in the next day or two, show me what a 7-day plan would look like for you. Autumn said, I've struggled with getting my business hours since the move. That's one of my big goals for this next week. Yes, Autumn, life has happened to you in a big time way with the move and all that stuff. That's part of it. But this is what I say, just like I say to Beth Darby every time I see her post. You are still here, Autumn, and you're still doing it. You know what I'm saying? You've had every reason to want to quit with everything that's going on, but you're still here. So I'm proud of you. Just like Beth. Beth cannot really exercise, but she's still getting healthier and losing weight by showing up in the groups and eating clean and drinking her shake. Beth is like, y'all two are both just super women. I mean, just amazing at what y'all do. I mean, you really are. You've had every reason to quit. If either one of y'all would have quit, I wouldn't have been okay with it, but at the same time, I would have understood, but you're still here. So be proud from a business aspect, Autumn, and from a physical and health standpoint aspect, Beth. I mean, really, y'all should be proud of yourselves. Everybody don't have it. I mean, I'm telling you, everybody's journey runs into different roadblocks and different things, but some people's roadblocks are a lot tougher. That's for sure. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Yeah, y'all the same on me. I'm telling you. No questions or comments. So if you can, just, post what your business hours are going to look like. And then tomorrow, Sam, I know we talked about catching up tonight. I'm going to text you or text me a good time. This is what I'd like to see from everybody, if you don't mind. Anybody that would like to have a call tomorrow, I'd love to talk to all y'all. I really would, but I don't want to talk to you just because I want to. Shoot me a time what's best for you tomorrow or Saturday, whatever works best for you. Because tonight I got to wrap up a couple of things I didn't plan on. But shoot me a time what's best for us to chat tomorrow or Saturday. And I would like to have a one-on-one call with y'all just to catch up. Just anything that you're struggling with or anything that I can help you with. And you don't have to be my coach, Beth. If you want to talk to me, I'll talk to you. I know Brian. I want to encourage Brian too. So shoot me a text, 5:30 or Saturday, whatever works. Okay. So y'all have a good evening. I'll catch up with you that time, Autumn. Anybody else, shoot me a text tonight or in the morning, and we'll roll from there. Y'all take care. Thank y'all for showing up. Thank you.
Bye.